Hi family, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me tonight. Sorry, my eyes are a bit red. I've been cracking up. I've been watching some comedy, and they say laughing is very good and healthy. So I try to do a little bit of that. So anyway, right, here's an update of my hair from using the botana oils that I've purchased. And I find, yeah, I think it is growing the hair, I would say. But I also do massages. So that may be helping stimulating the hair growth. So it's massaging the scalps, and also putting the oils in. So I have been using the botana oil, trying to thicken the hair. So this is where I'm at. So yeah, it's actually got good little growth. I tend to curl it, excuse the grays, I tend to curl it up, and majority of the times I cover it. I tend to cover my hair. I don't actually show my hair. But if I feel like somewhere I'm going where I don't want to cover, um, this is how I tend to wear my hair. I'll cover it like this. Especially in the winter now with the weather changing, it's getting so harsh, cold. I'll cover it and I'll put my little scarf on like this. Like this. Right. That's how I will move more time. But anyway, we're talking about the locks right now. So my hair is doing fantastic. I couldn't actually be more grateful with the growth that is taking place. I've got to actually do some reties here. You can see the roots. Yeah, so that is it. Yeah, yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with the growth of my hair. It's growing very fast. I think that actually is the botana oil that is really helping. I've actually I put it in one of these bottles. It's not the same thing that's in it, but this is what it looks like. This is the original botana oil. That's the original botana oil. I actually bought it from. Oh, this is the bottle it came in. I bought like 1 kilo of it. This is the bottle it came in, and I sort of scraped it out. So if you can see her name, you really can't see it. Let's see, because I have. This is, by the way, I ain't getting this. Ain't a sponsor. It's organic, unrefined, raw botana oil. Joseline Naturals. That's who I got it from. So I got two. I got a kilo for 100 and I think it was 140 for a kilo. So two of these made up a kilo. Yeah, that's how it looks inside. Smells peat. My daughter said it smells. She actually said it smells like coffee. I think it smells kind of like nuts, like a peanut type of thing. But I believe this is the real McCoy. Tell you the truth, I believe it is. Um, it's actually been nice on my hair. Had no problems. I've gone through half of it already because I've got, one sec. See, that's 2 tubs. So she sent me these 2 for 100 boys. Yeah, so I've used half of it, scraped out half of it out of there. Let's see. And I've just scraped it into the tub because I just came back from Portugal not long ago, so I took some with me, so I can moisturize my hair. So this is it. So yeah. So I'm not buying any of these. I'm buying too much. I've been buying so much wrong ones online, and I'm fed up. I was actually gonna give up buying Botana oil because I said there's too much fakes online, and I really got no time to keep throwing away my money. So I was actually gonna give up, but then I came across this lady, and I thought I'll give her a try and see if the Botana oil is any different. And it smells like what I read about when they say it's got that nutty coffee type of scent. So I thought, okay, let me give this a try. This is the last time I said I'm trying. I'm gonna give out my money. I said I know it's £100 and odd, but I said I'm gonna give it a try and see if it's the real thing. And if it's the real thing, then I'll buy it from her. I might just, when it's finished, I might just purchase another kilo, depending. You know, but when I first got it, I thought this don't look real. But then, as I was using it, I thought, do you know what most of them must really do? They must just put it back on the fire with coffee and add coffee to it and get it dark brown. You know, it depends on how you want to push it out there. Because obviously people say, oh, it's got a dark look and it smells of coffee. You find that some people may just put it on the fire just to give it that, so they don't have to explain to people that every batch is different. Well, seems to be okay. Just massage the hair. The scalp needs massaging to stimulate the scalp anyway. So I just keep massaging. I was actually spraying the hair with water at one stage. Maybe need to start doing that again. Spraying it. But I find that when you spray your hair in water in the winter, yeah, you're giving yourself a flu. So that only really can be done in hot climates when you're in somewhere hot. You can spray your hair. So, but in these cold places, you really don't want to be spraying your hair and giving yourself a flu. There was one product that I was putting in my hair, and it had like minty Vicks, and then it's like you putting on Vicks outside, rubbing Vicks on your body, and then you're going outside in the cold. Can you imagine? I caught one bad flu 1 year by doing that, putting that in my hair and going out in the cold. I said I wasn't going to do that one again. So just stimulating the scalp, putting it in and stimulating it. I did some of my roots in the middle, but I still got a lot to do, so I just thought I gave my hand a break. My hand was getting tired. So see that even this bit has grown, and that was only a week ago. I did some of the roots. It's doing well. You know, sometimes I say to myself, I should have actually cut my traditional locks off a long time ago. You know, instead of having this big heavy locks growing on my head, for 17 years. I should have actually cut them off sooner and started the Sisterlocs. But the only my issue with that was getting some. I mean, if I could see to do it myself, I would have. But the money that they was charging for, and still is charging for Sisterlocs, is just like it's worth it. Don't get me wrong, because you know it's hours. Because I even done a few people myself. I mean, I never charge them the full whack because obviously because I'm not certified, so I'm not going to do that. But I did charge them, and it's because it's hours consuming. I did 21 hours one time to do, I think, a niece's hair, and because she wasn't paying, they wasn't grateful. She pulled out the hair by the first time she needed to get a retie, and I couldn't come at the time. She got upset and pulled out the hair. So I said, I won't do that again. Doing people's hair for free, even if it's family. And then they being so ungrateful because you can't come to do their reties when they want you to be there, they pull out the hair. I said if she paid, her mother did pay for that, she would, there's no way that hair would have been pulled out. And then 2 years or 4 years down the line, she ended up doing traditional locks. So she got traditional locks in her head now. But her hair was so beautiful. I have a YouTube channel with me talking about doing her hair. I think it's called Lottie, Lottit, Lottie One, and that's me talking about doing her hair. At the same time, I used to do my reties of my daughter's hair because my daughter's hair, she's been locked when she's 3. She's 22 now. She's been locked when she's 3. So, and she's never ever had her hair out. And it's Sisterlocs. I started her hair with Sisterlocs. She now changed the form of the pattern now and has it traditional. She has it thick, very thick, beautiful though. You know, she has it thick. I would have loved to have my hair thick, but I don't have thick hair. So can you imagine if I had did mines again as traditional locks again, and I had them thick, I would have probably had 15 here and 15 there. If I'm lucky, might even had 10, you understand, and maybe 5 at the back because my hair's so light. But if I could have had thick hair like many people, my locks would have been beautiful. I'll just do them chunky, big locks, you know. But yeah, I've got a little amount of hair on my head, so I've got to take them fine as I can so I can have more hair. But I'm happy. I've done traditional. I've gone through traditional. I've wore the t-shirt and I've had it down past my buttocks, and you know it was heavy when it was when it's time to wash the hair. The hair was so heavy. Um, Now this is light, you know, and as soon as I wash it, I just wrap it in a t-shirt. I don't do towel again. I just wrap it in a t-shirt and just leave it for the t-shirt to soak up all the water. I don't even do hair dryer no more. But now if that was a traditional locks, there's no way I could go to my bed with just wrapping my hair in a t-shirt and just giving it a couple of squeezes and that's it. I would have had to be there with the hair dryer or getting my husband to blow dry my hair for the length of time. There's no way I could have just leave my hair. I would catch cold. You understand? So, but this, because it's so light, it's very, very light. It's hardly anything on my head. It doesn't feel like anything, nothing. So light, and that's one thing I loved about Sisterlocs is the way it was so light. You know, I remember the very first time I saw a lady with these very fine. We wasn't, it was me and a girlfriend. We was not even sure what she had on her head. All we know it was so fine. I actually was with who? My sister-in-law actually when we saw that. And the hair looked so fine. And we kept looking at her hair and we was following her just to look at her hair to find out what is it that she's. And she must have known that we was following her because we were so deep looking at this hair, and that was like way before I had Kayla, my daughter. That would have been about 20, yeah, about 21 years ago, 22 years ago, because it was about the same time. And we was looking, and that time it was Sisterloc's, but it was looking at this woman's hair, and we didn't know what it was. All we know that it was so fine and beautiful, and it must have been about the same length as this now, yeah. But it was, I think she had much more, you know. And we just kept looking at her hair, and I think she did tell us. We did manage to build up the courage to ask her, "What is that on her head? Or is it like a wig, or what is it?" And she did say something like sister locks or something like that, but we didn't know what she was talking about. Anyway, we googled it later on, and we found out that it was a woman that invented it from America, and she was doing courses, but she wasn't coming to the UK. But she was to do courses on showing people how to do the sister locks and stuff like that. Yeah, and the prices were like at that time was like 2 grand, 3 grand for to get your whole head, depending on the length of your hair. Yeah, and that's all I remember, and that was years ago. And I always fell in love with sister locks, but never knew anyone that could do it. The shops that did set up, there was a few shops that set up when it first come out in the high road, and they weren't really too good, and they closed down. They never stayed long, they never lasted long, because I don't think it was really popular, so they didn't make any money. So they closed down pretty soon after they opened. And there was really nobody. It was only on Facebook you would have had a few people say that they're qualified locticians, you know. And yeah, so I said, oh, my best bet is when I go to back to the States or Africa, I'll do it over there. And I was gonna do it in Gambia, but it was unfortunate. The woman that said she would have loved to do my hair, she died. I don't know what happened, but they found her, yeah, gone to the other life. So yeah, so that was the only thing I said, okay, when I go to Ghana, I would have a look to see if there's anybody there that do it. Then I found out there was a few shops in Accra that does it, but where I was staying to where that was a bit distant. So in the area where I was staying, there was a shop that done it. The lady wasn't there at the time when I got there. They called her. She said she was come. She told them to start it, and she'll come and continue. And then yeah, that was it. So in my pictures, if you watch back my videos, you will see that it was so gappy. You would have thought, oh my god, because I was even looking when I first had my hair done. I thought, this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cope with this because I don't really like how gappy it is. But yeah, it kind of filled out. Yeah, so this is where I'm at now. Maybe it might get even thicker. I don't know. I try to long it out as much as I can for the reties, so that I don't do them too close and then they get very, very thin. So I try to see if I can get more hair growing. That's why I like to do the massages, so that I can see if I can stimulate more hair growth. So by the time I'm ready to do the retightenings, there's more hair to add to the retightenings, you know, so that they don't get too thin. But but yeah, so this is not what it looked like when I first did it. Far from it. It was so gappy. I was like, I just had to shut my eyes and just leave it, make it do what it's doing, make the hair do what it, because hair does what it wants to do. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not even gonna two penny it, because if I two penny it, I'm gonna pull it out. And to the way it's so fine, I said I'm not pulling it out, not because I did the last time I pulled it out when the girl did my hair one New Year. Some of them were very fine and some were big. It was all different sizes. It was crazy. It was all different sizes. And I just took a needle and just took time pulling it all out, pulling it out. I even went to the hairdresser. I paid the girl, I think, £50 to help me pull out some. And then there was like a bunch left. I just went home and just started using a needle and started just pulling them out. So yeah, and I got them all out. But this time I wouldn't be doing that. I'll just cut it all off. If it was a thing where I wasn't happy with how it was turning out, I think I would just, yeah, this time I wouldn't be pulling it out. I will just shave it all off and just start again. It's hair, isn't it? Hair will grow. Hair grows back. It does its thing, you know. So I would just do that. Just shave it off. Yeah, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I can't complain. It's okay. You know, I can't expect more than this because obviously you get up in your ages and your hair starts getting even more thinner, and you know, because obviously all these years of doing all types of stuff to your hair, we're all suffering with these alopecias now. That's why I needed to find something that can replace back all those missing bits and the patches in the head. Because, right, if you can see some parts are, it's doing well now. It's coming back. It was much worse than this. It was much worse than this. I think the cut actually did it good with me cutting it off. It's not worth saving. What's worth me sitting on this hair that's gappy all in the crown, and I've got this long, lush, beautiful hair, and then it's gappy. It don't make no sense. No one's got no time holding on to no hair that's looking wrong, and then you're gonna take all the hair now, wrap it around and have the hair sit down in the middle like this to cover the crown, the bald crown. No, take it off. If that's the case, you walk with your hair bald. And if you really feel like you can't have bald hair, put one of the devil wigs on. It's up to you. You understand? But um, we all look beautiful with hair and without hair. Doesn't matter. We don't always have to put this thing on our hair because, guys, we're supposed to know now that a lot of these hair. This is a clean top, so I'm not gonna wipe my hand in it. I wanted something to wipe my hand in it, but it was greasy. But yeah, we all get to know now that most of them that just been cutting off their hair and doing sacrificing and cutting off their hair to the gods, they get in the way of they they're trying to get rid of all the bad things or whatever they've done in their life, and then we now get put it on our heads. Then they said, so what? They used to burn it before, make it go on the river and sail on the river, and then they found out that the silly black women were buying the hair, and so they now start selling these sacrifice hairs to us, and we're putting it on our heads, and we're not knowing that it's a sacrifice hair that we're putting on our heads. Well, I used to do it too, so it's not like I'm cursing other people for putting it on their head, because I was one of them. I used to wear my weaves. I was a weave galore, yeah? Every 3 weeks, without fail, I've got a new shabam on my head. Nails done, eyelashes, the lot. And I said, you know what? Get rid of all of it. Yeah? Wear your own crown. And if your crown's not beautiful enough, or you feel like your grays are showing and you don't want to have your hair out, you put a little cap on your head like what you see me wear. Yeah, you get these little nice little things. They're all over online, or you can make it yourself. It's very simple to make. I've made them before, but I'm just being lazy, and I buy them. You can buy them, yeah, with a little lace, and put it on your head. Yeah, and remember your hair. I mean, people say, "Oh no, your hair needs to breathe, so you need to have your hair out." No, your hair can grow with the heat. That's all. Why do we wear these satin things on our head as well when we're sleeping? It keeps the heat in. You know, your satin. You can even what I do with all this as well. I wash it in conditioner, so it's my hair, when I put it on my head, it's actually conditioning my hair. Yeah, so this is two sides. You got a darker side. It kind of looks the same, but it's darker. But when you turn that one, it's lighter. But yeah, and I wear that on my head. That's my silk bonnet. I've always worn silk bonnet. If you look at my videos from back in the days, you will see that I've doing videos on silk bonnets, doing videos on products and stuff, you know. So yeah, so this is now a thinner version to my original locks, because it was the same size as this when I used to do the videos, yeah, back in the days, and it's grew till it was down there, but very heavy. So now I've started again. So yeah, and this is not even 2 years. I think, let me see, 2 years, 2 years March. I think March, April, May, June. No, it's not 2 years yet. It's going to be 2 years in March coming. It's going to be 2 years. Yeah, it's going to be 2 years in March. It's not even 2 years yet. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's over 2 years. No, not 2 years yet. Yeah, because it was 24 when I went to Ghana. Yes, it's going to be 2 years. March coming. Yes. Wow. It seems longer. It seems longer. But yeah, so anyway, I'm happy with it. I can't grumble. Not gonna fuss. I'm not gonna put any extensions to it to make it. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to leave it, let it do what it wanna do, take its time and do its thing, and just enjoy the growth. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm not going to cheat and add anything to it. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you could just add the extensions to it and make it longer. Why do we want to put extensions on a thin thing like this? And some of them are even thinner than this. Why would I want to put strain on this? No. And it's not even this. Be putting strain on this, because it will have to carry the extra hair that I put on plus this part of the hair. So that strain is going to be on this. No. I'll wait and see what it's going to look like when in another year's time. So if I continue doing my massages, I'm using my little heat combs and stuff, stimulate the scalp. Hold on.